Brought to you by Charity Mobile. Switch to the phone company that supports your beliefs. All plans start under $50 before taxes and surcharges. Use promo code TRADITION at CharityMobile.com for a special offer. This past Saturday was the President of the United States' birthday. And to mark the occasion, he had a big parade. And to mark the occasion, his political adversaries had, we'll call them political demonstrations around the country. They were a little over the top, as you might expect, and they probably sent the wrong message, given all the polling data says that nobody really agrees with those opposing the president on the issue that they're protesting about. But we're not here to talk politics so much. It's just that somehow the man got under the skin of all the worst types. It doesn't get much worse out there than being someone who professes to worship the devil. Now, the Temple of Satan, they will tell you that they don't actually worship the devil. They're all about the self and self-aggrandizement, and they think the devil is a great symbol of individual freedom and liberty and being like a libertarian. I'm not going to call libertarians devil worshippers, but these guys are like a cartoony version of it, like taken to the most absurd, illogical end. They're like a parody. Well, they do kind of have a libertarian mindset that's just taken and made totally depraved. And what they really like to do is to troll the public. But they go too far. They announced just a few days before the president's birthday that on his birthday, as a big birthday gift to him, they were going to open a center for the sacrifice of the most vulnerable. Yeah. And they were going to instruct women to make diabolical satanic chants while the procedures are being done. They have made what they would call a religious liberty argument for the what I call on this channel the sacrifice to Moloch. And now they're walking their rhetoric, not just talking a big game, but actually trying to live it up. And I hope people who are on the fence about that issue are paying attention. Because the best marketing we could have ever asked for in opposing these grave evils is the worst element in society standing in opposition to everything true, good, and beautiful. Go here to Life News. Gotta be careful with this topic, of course. Headline, Satanic Temple opens a center for providing the most evil service imaginable in Maine. Tells women to do evil chants celebrating the ending of the most young. Post on the 10th of June. They're not hiding what they do. The only thing they are lying about and obfuscating is that they don't worship the devil. They certainly do. They just are lying to themselves. They almost certainly believe they're not actually worshiping the devil, but they do. They do so by worshiping the person they see in the mirror every day and becoming the next best thing to a solipsist. Solipsist is a weird, deranged philosophy that says that I am the only thing in the entire universe. Everything revolves around me. You're essentially turning yourself into God, basically. I'm sure some well-trained philosophy expert will correct me saying being oversimplifying solipsism. Fine, I will concede that. But when you boil it down, that's what a solipsist is. And that's what these people are. They are worshiping the self, taking it to its illogical end. And when you worship the self, you are putting something else other than God at the center of your life. It's a form of idolatry. And idolatry is devil worship, essentially. This devil worship with several extra steps, but that is at the end of the day what they're doing. And they're doing the diabolical chants and things to try to get rise out of Christians. Pray that God intervenes in this somehow and doesn't let that so-called temple remain for very long. Go to the article. Quote, the Satanic Temple plans to open a center for their evil services in Maine on June 14th, 2025, named the President's Huge, Most Beautiful, Tremendous Satanic Evil Sacrifice Center, in a mocking nod to President Donald Trump's birthday. We hope he receives this center's distinguished title as the magnificent, regal birthday present it is intended to be, said Satanic Temple Executive Director Aaron Helian in a press release. The facility, part of the temple's TST health network, will sell dangerous inducements for performing this evil service by mail and instruct women to perform a ritual of the devil involving chants that advocates of the only sane opposition position denounce as evil and morally repugnant. The business in question, announced on June 6, 2025, will also offer free consultations and will help people get the things they need to pull this off, costing patients approximately $91 according to its website. The ritual requires women to recite tenets emphasizing bodily autonomy and scientific reasoning, culminating in a personal affirmation that is just evil. They claim to be non-theistic. They also claim freedom of religion. You can't really have it both ways. So this is why these are the same organization that puts their diabolical idols of Baphomet or whatever in state legislature houses, claiming that they have every right to be there if Christians can have their things there too. You know the difference is? Those are actually religions. These guys claim not to be a religion, so they don't get to have their things there, according to the basic laws of this. But this is a political statement they're making. That's all it is. They're just a left-wing political organization using the same kind of marketing tactics that Marilyn Manson used in the 90s to sell more albums and to sell concert tickets. That's all they're doing. They're just putting on a satanic face to make Christians mad, to advertise for them for free, to get donors to give money to them for owning the Christians. The thing about this is they may not believe in the devil, but the devil very much believes in them. And he very much likes what they're doing. And he's also very much looking forward to them being so very surprised when, after their judgment, they stand before the one they were serving and are not given some keys to the kingdom, not given a place among his lieutenants or whatever, but are sent into a boiling vat of lava or excrement or something else. The wages of sin are death. And going out of your way to perform the gravest evil imaginable while insulting God overtly and telling people to engage in an act of the worship of the devil while doing it only leads to one place, one of the lowest rungs in the circles of Hades. Pray that God does something about this. And don't you dare do anything yourself physically. They want you to do that. Do not do anything that violates the law. A lot of good Christians have found themselves suddenly the wrong side of the law by doing basic things. Don't become their best advertisement. Pray that God intervenes. Contact your legislature if you're in the state this is happening in Maine, watching this, to see if they can get the place shut down. Curious what you have to say about this. Let me know in the comments, please. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't. It certainly helps. Sharing this on social media helps too. And as always, pray for the church and for the state of Maine. I'm Anthony Stine. Ave Maria.